Hello, everyone. Welcome to another fun-filled episode of the Dice That Bind Us, where we play some D&D with some of our great friends and a heavily homebrewed version of the Storm King's Thunder pre-built module. My name is Alex. I'm the DM here for this thing. I use he/him pronouns, and you may be noticing we're in a little bit of a different scenery than our usual stuff. At least Dash and I am. My computer exploded, so we're doing our best. Things may get a little technically glitchy as we go through, but just bear with us, and we'll do our best. Also, we do have our lovely Ian here, who plays Tepartos the Third, the Furbolg or dwarf life cleric of Sylvanas. Who knows at this point? Ian Ian doesn't have a voice, but he really wanted to be here.
Say hi, Ian.
So I will be voicing all of the things that Tepartos would like to say today. And if it seems like we're responding to things that you haven't heard, it's because Ian is using only typing for this episode. We're professionals here at the Dice That Bind Us, and everything we do is the standard you should all hold yourselves to if you're looking for a professional live play show.
Hello, I'm Rob, and I play Anuk Hokiiti, the Goliath Druid, and today I'm not going to rely on Google Translate to mess with everybody else, and we use he/him pronouns most of the time.
Hello, my name is Kimber, your illustrious guest player, and I am playing Harlan Dino, and Paladin Warlock, half-elf, and we both use he/him pronouns.
My name is Zach. I play Tumult, the second best warlock in the campaign, not to Harlan. Harlan is fourth. We are missing one currently. And we are friends. We don't have one. I'm just skipping a number. And we use he/him pronouns.
Oh my god. My name is Dash. I use they, them, their pronouns, and I play Lysander Elias, the Thurbold Paladin to Sylvanas, and Lysander uses he or they pronouns.
I'm Dakota, and I play Garagak, the half-orc barbarian / druid, and we use him pronouns.
My favorite thing
Chat
is
is a
some
mess.
of you are laughing over the chat, which they will not see at all, for the record. But hi,
I
my
hope
name
not.
is Azra Death. I use they, them pronouns, and I play Temp Bard, the human bard, fighter, maybe wizard, just multi-class and everything. It's fun. Who also uses they, them pronouns and is in love with the green dragon.
Hi, I'm Devin. I use they, me pronouns, and I play the sea elf wizard cleric, Liana, who uses she pronouns.
As you guys should be accustomed to by now, I'm an incredibly lazy DM, so I have my players do a recap for me. And recently we've made a switch to where I surprise one of my players by making them do the recap for me. Instead of letting, the people that decided to take notes one day decide that's the day they're going to give a recap. Today, Ian will be giving us our recap. So I'm just kidding. Don't hurt yourself.
He was ready.
Okay, he's gonna type it out. Okay, we're good. We're so sorry. I wanted to make it a bit, and then Ian stuck to it, and I can't not commit to a bit, and it's just it's turned into a fiasco. Ian, take a point of DM inspiration. You earned it by typing all of that stuff. You did your best, buddy. If you didn't quite catch all of that. The party entered the temple to Anam the All-Father, which is supposed to be the place where the eye of the All-Father is held, whatever that may be. When they entered, they found some barbarians. They dealt with that forever ago. And we picked up with the end of that fight. They then had to take some time to clear some ice, walk into a room where they saw 6 statues, one of each of the major giant races, and one in the center, which they assumed to be depicting Anam himself. They branched off to a different room, found a giant axe that belonged to the frost giant statue, and when they picked it up, a Remoraz statue came to life, this giant monstrous construct. It started chasing them until Anuk, in hill giant form, put the axe back into the frost giant's hands, which caused the creature to explode into a flurry of dust. And that is where we left off, with our group recollecting themselves in this room with these 6 statues. Anuk is still a hill giant, I believe. Everybody else is alive and well, and to all of you, The room is yours. What would you like to do?
So you said the runes on the archway were glowing, but nothing like opened up, correct?
Yeah, so once the axe was put back into the frost giant's hands, the 6 runes that you had seen glowing in this like carved out archway, the glowing bar on the map for you guys, these 6 runes have started to glow.
I'm gonna go run my hand across the runes. If I have to fly up to do so, I will. And I'm gonna cast comprehend languages while I'm going across all the runes.
Okay, you cast comprehend languages. You start looking at them. As I kind of described last time, these are giant, but it is a very, very ancient dialect of giant, and specifically, it is magical script written out in an ancient giant dialect. If you want to, Tumult, go ahead and roll me an Arcana check or a history check. Specifically, you, because you're the only one that can read these runes to an extent. It is the ancient version of giant. That is why you guys can't.
18.
18. Yeah. So you looking over these, you realize that each of these each depicts one of the 6 races of giant. There's one for stone, hill, storm, frost, cloud, and fire. Additionally, you gather that they are all lightly trapped in some way. Ian asked the question of, are the dialects different across the giants? No, it just seems to be giant from thousands of years ago. You would gather, with the combined knowledge between all of you, you would gather this dialect of giant would age back to before the giant dragon war.
Yeah, old. So old, even I can barely understand it. And I speak and read giant.
Okay.
Well, Tumult, what's the story? Anything new?
We'll relay everything as I have come to understand it.
You said they are trapped, but trapped how? And what do we do about that?
I don't know. Time to go exploring.
Perhaps we just set the trap off from a distance.
I will cast detect magic.
Okay. You cast detect magic.
See if I could get like types.
Sure. You cast detect magic, and on each of the first and foremost thing you notice is that the archway itself also has a faint glow to it of conjuration magic, and then each of the runes themselves seem to be loosely tied to that archway. The traps themselves give off various kinds of magic. One of them is like evocation, another one is conjuration, another one is basically they roll through all the different kinds of schools of magic. There's a randomness to it. No, Ian, sorry. Asking, so they are traps, not trapped? No. Each of them has a very strong conjuration magic that is tied to the archway itself. There appears to be an additional layer of magic tied to those runes that is part of the trap that is like tied to them. One person, you guys pick who can roll me an insight check.
Probably enough.
I think Ileana had a really high insight.
No, yeah. Insight's not one of my best. Investigation.
I mean,
but
y'all want
insight-
Tempar to roll it? Tempar
Actually,
roll
a
it.
nook might not
Insight.
be too bad an idea for this.
Go for it.
Can I guidance?
Before Tempar does.
Yeah, you can give a guidance.
You want a bardic and stuff?
You have a bardic to roll as well if you'd like.
Because the guidance is D4, right?
Yes.
And my bardic is D8.
Nice.
Wow.
So that would be 32.
32. You gather that using your clever insight to the world, you would gather that using the combined knowledge of what Tumult has told you, what Lysander has told you, you would gather that these runes somehow connect to activating this archway. But if they are activated in the wrong way, they will trigger some kind of minor trap.
Oh, I think we gotta do this the right way, or else if we get the order wrong, I think it maybe blow up in our face or something. And that's not something I like to have, is when things blow up in my face. Yeah.
So are the runes, Tumult, since you can kind of read them, are they arranged in the same way that the giants in this room are, or are they in a different order?
They appear to be in the same order.
That was the clear solution, or a clear solution that is not correct.
I mean, I don't want to personally do this, but I wonder if it's the order of the strength of the giant races.
Or the order in which they were rulers in the ordning. So do we have a specific order of the strength of the giants?
Hill, frost, fire, cloud, and storm.
Stone is after a hill, but before fire, I think.
Yeah.
Right? Before frost.
What about the different types of magic?
That's the list that I have from the very beginning when
The last ordning laid them out from bottom to top as hill, stone, frost, fire, cloud, storm, cloud, storm.
Bartos does make a point. If the magics of these runes do have to be tied to the statues themselves, if we want to go in order of strength, we can see if is there anything like that had illuminated on like statue pedestals or
No. Nothing about the statues has changed.
so it may be worth touching the runes, and if
I don't
Donald,
want
you
to.
might be correct in that point, but I don't necessarily want to set up a trap. And
I don't want to
Uh,
set up the trap, and also I feel like just with how old the temple itself is, it might be based off of the first ordering.
Well, I'm a bit expendable to you lot. I can touch the runes and you lot stand back.
Didn't say that again.
Dibs on throwing a firebolt at the fire one. Just
I
looking.
mean,
Is there actually a fire one? I don't think there is like one.
I can make
I mean, we don't have to necessarily touch them right now. Like we literally, I point to the doors over here. Like no one went up yet. Like there could be a clue, just like how we found, and I'll point to the frost giant. I was like, we found his axe down here. There could be more clues as we go around the temple, or we could set
Yeah,
up the
I can go
traps.
exploring. I'm not opposed.
You know,
I'm just
we don't see that.
As fun as it would be to see you die, Harlan, you know, you kind of put yourself in charge of army. I'd rather you not, unless it's to keep me alive, then do so.
it's my army. You're not contributing any troops to this, so it's my army.
No, but
Also,
we're contributing ourselves and our friends.
I
and we're
mean,
currently here
are you?
for a weapon.
Are you contributing your friends? Because last we left that you refused to. But I will go look.
I
in the upper
refuse to let
rooms.
you be sole leader.
You
I
refuse
just-
to contribute any troops to this army.
I think
what I'm
I
saying.
could push the runes in whatever order you tell me to, and I could be in a way that wouldn't hurt me necessarily, you know?
There is also another door to the north that we have not explored. Across
Oh,
the
yeah,
river
there's
we
that
found the
too.
axe in.
I would agree with Tumult that we should go check that room. Those rooms.
Are you sure you're okay, Harlan? This is 2 days in a row you said I had a good idea.
I'm
going
wonderful.
to head northward and see if this is another frost door.
Billy's gonna cast a ritual.
By the way, did we take that short rest or not?
I don't think we did.
At least we
Can
didn't
we
voice
take
if we
that
did.
short rest before we start exploring?
If you guys want to, yeah.
All right.
Okay. So you guys sit, contemplate a plan of action for an hour. You rest up. You can give yourselves a short rest. Lysander, to answer your question, much like the entire rest of this temple, yes, it is covered in about a 4-inch thick layer of ice.
Wonderful.
I would like to attune my other polar power during the short rest. One that I didn't already use today.
Okay.
And then I'll ask everybody to give me another 10 minutes. And I'm gonna try to cast a something where you can like communicate with each other telepathically. I'm gonna cast telepathic bond.
Oh yeah. I'll do the Song of Rest.
It's a D6 on top of your hit dice.
Yep.
So for everyone you roll, it'll be your hit die plus a D6 plus your Constitution modifier. Ileana, you cast telepathic bond. Is that between you and one other person, or is it?
I'm up to 8, so I can get everybody.
Cool. So all of you can now speak in your minds to each other.
I'm gonna
Oh,
upcast
wow.
Cure Wounds on myself before we start this short rest since I get it back anyway.
I'm surprisingly only down 20 hit points, so I'm okay.
I will need a long rest soonish.
It's
I
okay.
don't
You can't
replenish
die.
rage
Just don't
stacks
drop.
without it.
Mm,
Yeah,
true,
I'm
rage
starting
is
to run
very
out of
annoying.
rage stacks.
That's okay. You can change into a bear, and that make you all right in my book. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, well then I'll upcast Cure Wounds onto Partos too. Here you go, buddy. Since I get my 2 spell slots back on short rest anyway from down there.
I'm glad we're starting to use short rests again. Makes my backup character very happy.
As a note, just so you guys are all aware, it has been about 7 hours since your last long rest.
Okay.
Yep.
And we have to wait a full 12 to 24.
You can benefit from 1 long rest per 24 hours.
And that's why we short rest.
We just have to be more conserving of our abilities.
Yeah.
So I guess I was going to suggest start trying to chip ice off the store, but that is not as effective as just waiting for Anuk to pull the water off of it again.
Oh, if it's frozen over, as soon as I finished my short rest, I started pulling water off of it.
I will cast Fireball at 4th level.
Please don't.
No.
Wait, really?
No,
Okay.
I just wanted to make her panic.
What was that chat about chaos for chaos sake? And that's definitely not what Deathbard's doing.
I'm gonna start holding you to those, so you're aware.
Please don't, Alex.
I'm with ease. Again, Anuk clears the door and it opens with no effort for you guys with your current blessing from Harshnag.
Looking through this room, what do we see?
You see some stairs that lead upwards. You see on either side of you, there is a massive statue of a stone giant right here in the center of the room. And then you can see leading upwards from here, it is a long hallway, and you can see several cell-like doors blocking off each of these areas moving forwards.
And this is all still well lit, right? We're not relying on
Yeah,
dark
so
vision anymore?
once you guys entered this room, the entire place is now being lit from it looks like some of the ice on the walls is emitting a like pale glow that emits all of it is like right on the cusp of dimly lit. It's not going to affect your sight or anything like that, but it's definitely not like super bright in here.
Does this stone giant look like that stone giant in any shape or form?
No, actually, the
Like
two are very different. So the one in here looks like a very generic stone giant shape, not defined really in any way, just very basic features. Just looks to be a giant carved of stone. The ones in the room prior were much larger and they were much more not innate,
Intricate?
intricate, much more detailed, much more vibrant, much more elegantly crafted.
I'm gonna move up to these cells. What do they look like on the inside?
You can see a stone slab on either side of the room, and that's about it. The doors themselves are barred off, but it is just thick stone bars that run across the front.
And is it basically built to keep giants in and out, or is it designed to keep smaller people in and out?
Giants, smaller creatures could just slip between these bars easily.
Alex, Ian is also wondering if there is any way to roll perception checks to see if we can discern if we're the only people here.
Yeah,
Check for any movement or anything.
yeah.
Previous.
Go ahead, Tapartos.
That's pretty good.
You don't hear any movement, any sounds of anything. You're pretty sure you're alone. As far like it's not like you can hear this entire temple spread out or whatever, but you gather in your vicinity and spread apart. Looks to be fine.
Start walking all the way to the end of this hallway.
Perfect.
And going further down, looking through things.
Yeah. As you guys continue forwards, all of these rooms appear to be the same until you get to this cell here. When you look into this one, you can see there is some sort of pathway leading off further into the cave. Lysander, as you guys are moving forwards as well, and you get to the place I just pinged, right at the end of your detect magic,
Hmm.
or probably about halfway through, rather, you see the faint edge of something right here. It looks to be some sort of runic something in the ground, like etched into the ground, that spreads off past your detect magic range.
Interesting. There appears to be a runic barrier of some sort part of the way down this hallway.
What does it look like?
Yeah, I would walk up closer to it, but not like on top of it to see like if I get any more sense from it, or if I see if it goes across the whole room, or
You see about a 40-foot square centered on this point, and it's just faint magical runes laid on the ground. They have evocation magic in them.
Are they magic runes or are they dwarf or giant runes?
These appear to be written in giant, more modern than the ones on the temple itself. Rather, you would not see them. It is strictly magic. It's not like they are carved into the ground itself. It is just a blanket area, like border of magic on that square.
I'm gonna
I
look
would
around for any
actually-
small stones.
yeah, I would recommend not. If it's evocation, I recommend not crossing into that space, lest it summons something.
Lysander relay all of that, like that it looked like more modern giant too.
Yeah, I would have.
Perhaps Harshnag placed this here for some reason.
He's never entered the temple.
He is not worthy.
Is there any
I
sort of
probably
like
misunderstood there.
small pebbles or anything, like rubble or anything along the walls or this hallway that we walked up?
You can pretty easily like break off a chunk of ice.
I don't think I can use magic stone on ice.
I mean, I can give you the ice if you really need it.
I'm trying to turn it into a very, or like a magical throwy thingy to try to set off specific runes, I guess.
I mean, so there is rubble and small rocks underneath the ice, but this entire thing is frozen over. So like if Anna cleared a small spot for you real quick, you could find
Mhm.
rocks or pebbles to use.
Here's this. We could
Open?
also not set off the magic runes and leave them where they are. Because
But-
staring down towards the end of this hallway, I'm not seeing a whole lot.
No, but somebody put the runes this far back for a reason. Like they're not next to the one with a pathway, meaning they don't want whatever comes up here to go that way, which could be a key to what we need to leave.
Or
Could also be a trap.
whatever is, yeah, back there is maybe being kept from coming this way.
Mhm.
Be it a large creature or something else.
I'm with Lysander on this. Perhaps we just leave it alone, Tumult.
Or I can take 15 steps back and you're more welcome to throw something
I
through
mean,
there.
you're more than welcome to go slide into the cage back there since you can just walk through the bars and then you're completely out of the way. I'll point to like where Tapartos is.
I mean, if you want to set off whatever it is, I suppose.
I just don't see why not.
Would ball bearings work for magic stone?
Well, he said that Anook, if I could ask Anook to clear some ice to get to the rubble underneath.
I would also let you count ball bearings if you
bearings.
wanted to.
Okay. We do have a surplus of those. Well, then I'm taking some ball bearings and I will cast magic stone on them and I guess chuck them. Specifically at where Lysander said the runes were.
Okay. You toss some magic stones over there. Nothing.
I don't know, maybe it's not heavy enough.
Maybe you should step on it.
I'll walk up to where they had said it was and I will ritual cast detect magic so I can see it for myself.
So right where I
Or-
put you is the edge. If any of you want to do anything different during the 10 minutes this is going to take, let me know.
Hummel, do you trust that there is something interesting down there?
It's not necessarily a trust, it's more so. Do you ever find a page missing in a book? Regardless of what that page has, you're interested to see what it has.
That's kind of
Curiosity.
evocative curiosity, I suppose.
And as somebody who loves to study and knowledge is all about my ideals, I feel like
Yes, and that-
it's just something I can't. Like it looks like somebody doesn't want me to know what's up here, and now I have to know what's up here.
But curiosity did kill the cat, Tumult. And
Ian's
No,
fine.
signing a contract did take a cat away.
Yeah, no,
I-
Tempard like whimpers a little bit. It's been a
Did
very
I-
sad 2 weeks for Tempard.
Did I hit a nerve?
we have a friend that was teleported. Yes, it's Ivan. We have a friend that was teleported after signing a contract with Osmodius, and
What does that have to do with curiosity and cats, my friend?
he's a cat.
Ivan was a cat.
His nickname was Cat because he looked like a cat, and he was
My
Tempard's
favorite
cat.
cat.
Right.
Please, kitty.
So, anyways, that
He's
that
the number
tunnel
one
that
warlock
Arthos
that
is
we
looking
know.
under or looking down.
Yeah, it's a tunnel that stretches off into the distance.
Right.
So, my question about the tunnel: does it look like it's our size, or does it look like it's giant size?
It looks like it is humanoid sized.
Yeah.
It is also pitch black.
Okay. I would get the impression from that giants didn't make it. Maybe humanoids used it to get in. Because we did see other people in here, but there was the icy door, so I don't know how they would have gotten in the area that we were in.
There is a distinct chance that this is the way that the barbarians did make it in, yeah.
Yeah.
Can I cast comprehend language to this ritual or Tumult does his thing?
Yeah, you cast comprehend languages. Tumult, your spell resolves. You see a 40-foot square of magic in front of you. Gives off. I did misspeak. It is transmutation magic, not evocation.
Well, I will look at Lysander and Anouk and say, hide. I guess now Harlan, since he walked up.
All right, fuck you, or go hide again.
There is also the
You're
thing to be
considering-
noted that of the people here, I am typically the most hardy and the most resistant to magics.
Yeah, but you can also bring me back.
Yes, but
I don't
If
trust Apartos
stone-
to do it. I've bullied him a lot.
if a stone is not heavy enough to set it off, why not? And if you have
I mean, at this point,
curiosity to go through, I am the better bet to do so.
but now that I've known that something light enough doesn't set it off, and I point to my boots,
Oh,
I don't
but you
know.
said transmutation magic, right?
Yeah. Transmutation? I was going to ask if I could cast Prestidigitation on it.
What?
On what?
I'd be interested to
On the
see how
spot
that
where the
plays
runes
out.
are.
On what? Sorry.
The spot where the runes are?
There is no carved runes in any capacity.
No, I know. I know they're not carved, but like where they're supposed to be.
Okay. What are you using prestidigitation to do?
I would like to make runes appear.
Okay, you do that.
Sick.
Good job.
I mean, if
Listen.
something's gonna transform,
It's a transmutation
probably gonna
cantrip.
be-
Okay, I tried.
If something's gonna transform, it's probably gonna be me. Or well, you're still learning, so I trust me to do it. And
Right.
Did the magics go all the way up to the ceiling?
They do.
And I'm assuming to the edges of the hallway.
They do.
Well, here's my proposition. I'll say it again. I'm expendable to you, so back up and let me just walk
So
out.
having the
yeah,
army
but if the
out.
stones were light enough to set it off, and I'll point to my boots again to finish my point from earlier, maybe I not touching the ground won't set it off.
what if it's just your presence that sets it off?
Then it sets it off, and I get healed.
Or you get
So we
You
got
know-
diamonds for this, right?
Donald, if
There
There
Donald,
is
if you
actually
want to do
another
this-
choice here.
If you
We're
want to
talking-
do this, I will not stop you.
I mean, if we sent a goat through there and see what happens, I mean, maybe the goat set off the runes.
Let me pull
I
something
mean-
out of my bag real quick.
Sure, if you guys want to do it that way, you can. I was like, I just didn't want to make anyone go through with my curiosity thing other than me. Like, I'm not gonna make someone else go through something for my own benefit like that.
I mean, I'd be willing to do it. I just don't know a whole lot of snow stuff that make me feel like I'm comfortable in the cold. Yeah.
What'd you get?
We got a lion.
A lion.
All right, well, don't tell the lion to go through. I'm gonna step back over here.
Okay, so if the lion is going to go through, that is the plan. Yes.
I'll stand right where I'm at.
You're going to stand there. Where is everybody at this moment?
I am peeking through the bars, but not like all the way through them, because I'm assuming they're thick, considering they're meant to hold giants in, and I'm just kind of like hiding behind it with my head poking out into the hallway.
You know, I'll do the same.
So Tempard is in the middle of the hallway. Onyx in the middle of the hallway. Lysander is in the middle of the hallway. Everybody else is off in alcoves, correct?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I stand right where I'm at.
Perfect. The lion sprints forward across these ruins, and a massive Indiana Jones style boulder comes rocketing out of the wall at the end of the tunnel, careening towards you all at a phenomenally fast pace. I need Anuk, the lion, Tempard, and Lysander to make dexterity saving throws for me.
No,
We'll
it's
start
not
with the
how you-
line.
You mean I don't have time to do anything?
No, as
Other
soon
than
as
Dex?
that crosses, it is this almost like a piston goes off. It's this
Oh, well, I'll take that.
like it fires forwards.
Alright. Lion got a 10 and I got a 23. You know what, Lion? I'm proud of you for doing your best.
Okay, lion gets a 10, you get a 23, Anna gets a 22, Lysander gets a 10.
They're dead.
Okay. So we have Anuk and Tempard. Both of you hear this start to happen and sprint off to the sides into these alcoves. Lysander, you move just too slow. Like, just too slow to get out of the way. You and the lion are both going to take 110 points of bludgeoning damage. Halved,
Good thing it's only 55.
yeah, halved for you as this boulder comes rocketing down this hallway. And as it goes, those of you that kind of poke your heads out after it crosses, the stone giant statue at the end of the hallway reaches up and catches it,
Oh, that's cool.
stops it in place, and
That's
then
pretty dope, but now we're trapped.
slowly starts walking it backwards, rolling it ahead of it back up the hallway.
Nice.
Oh, I would
So-
back into an alcove
That's
seeing
ditzy
that.
and terrifying at the same time.
I would like to come out of my alcove and start running forward.
Running up the hallway?
Yep.
Okay, it looks like you guys have time. Like, this thing is very much so, like, maybe a footstep at a time, just, like, slowly moving it.
I don't care. I don't know what I'm gonna find in here.
You run up, you guys start looking in these alcoves, and they are the exact same as the ones that were in the beginning. There's just nothing in them.
Is there
Absolutely
anything
nothing.
where the boulder came from that we can see?
Nope, as soon as the boulder flies out, the wall reseals itself.
Oh, goodbye.
Okay.
Shucks, that's-
Curiosity did almost kill the furbolg in this case.
It
Okay.
did, in fact, kill a cat.
They
I'm-
did. They did kill a cat.
Curiosity did kill a cat.
That's very upsetting.
I'm gonna say I volunteered
That's
myself for
okay.
this, and then they said they were gonna do it instead. Not my fault. I volunteered to be stupid.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you guys find nothing. You all have a tunnel that leads off over yonder to the west, and then the stairs that go upwards over here.
Do you want to try the stairs first, the tunnel?
I don't
Uh,
like tunnels, especially ones that look like they're made by small people, because it feels like it's not supposed to be in the temple of the All-Father. You know, giant king.
I mean, it's made by people our
God.
size.
Alright.
Yeah, I feel like it's not supposed to be there, and they used it to like cheat themselves away around.
That means
That
maybe
part
something
has
cool
an
is in there, yeah?
I feel like nobody got as far as we did because we're the first ones to put that axe back as far as we know.
Alright, so Tempard has an idea. Do we have any way to plug up the hole and then go to the stairs and then come back to this later?
We have
I would.
people who can shape stone.
That way nobody can come like in or out of it while we're in here until we decide it's time to go there.
Unless they break it like how they got in, but you are correct that that would take much longer. That is, yes, not a bad idea.
Yes! Lysander said I had a
If
good
this is in
idea.
fact how the barbarians came in. I appreciate that Lysander has just become the party everybody wants like their approval from. It's just
I don't
like,
want
want
your
Just
approval.
hated
Like,
every
I don't
idea
need
that
anyone else's
Tempard
approval,
has
it's
like
just-
ever had. So.
It's just funny that some people do approve of me. It's like, oh, hey, look, yay. They care a little bit. And I don't have to fight them as much about this.
Okay, so you guys doing tunnel?
I think they're
So
looking-
undecided.
I think we're gonna try to block the tunnel. And then go to stairs.
We are?
So do we want to, that's the thing. If Tempard's plan was if we don't want to explore the tunnel, to close it off and explore elsewhere. But if we do want to explore the tunnel, then to explore the tunnel.
Yeah. Well, because I think the tunnel's a way out.
I mean,
So,
we right here. We can find out if we can check and see if it is or if it isn't.
Right, but
But I also don't want to get locked out of here if it is.
I mean, it's a
Ileana casts
tunnel.
light. Ileana pulls out her shield and casts light and starts walking down the tunnel with the shield as a flashlight.
Perfect. Ileana starts leading the charge down the tunnel. Everybody follows Ileana, I'm guessing?
Just in case, can I stay here?
I mean, we can still
That's a-
communicate up to an hour. As long as we have that
Yeah.
bond thing going. So
I'm just worried that the tunnel's going to close up behind us, and so I want somebody on the other side of it in case that happens.
okay.
I'll
Yeah,
turn
If the
actually,
tunnel
we can do
closes,
that.
I fixed that. Yeah.
I'll turn to Tempard. Do you really want to be the one person alone in an ancient temple full of unknowable evils?
Pulls out 2 Wanda fireballs that have full charges.
I mean,
think you
Tempad, you saw that I dug through that big giant stone block by myself, yeah? If the tunnel closes up behind us, I just open a new tunnel, yeah?
I'll look in the head.
Maybe we should stick together. Maybe.
I mean, I read a book that said you don't split the party.
I'm not trying to split the party. I am just concerned.
It is.
Well,
as I
I
always
will.
say.
I will join everyone else in the walk down the tunnel, but very cautiously.
Right.
I
It's
feel
harder
that
to
you
get
don't want to
robbed.
split the party, but
Taparto says, but what if, and hear me out, we split the party?
Do we have an even number? Actually, that'd be pretty nice.
You could do 4 and 4 if you wanted to do that.
That wouldn't be too
I-
bad.
It doesn't matter how far away we are. We can still all communicate with each other. And we
Yeah.
can say, hey, I'm
Okay.
in trouble. I mean,
Okay.
as long as we time it so we meet back up within an hour, we should be okay.
Continue
So-
on down the tunnel.
So who is going down the tunnel? Who is staying outside of the tunnel?
tunnel.
I'll go in the tunnel.
Okay.
Okay.
This is a
Bartos-
bad idea. This is an
Bartos,
awful
go with them,
idea.
They need a healer.
This is an
Tunnel,
awful idea.
are you team tunnel or are you team out of tunnel?
Yeah, I'm staying out of the tunnel because I was kind of against going down in the first place. I don't like anything that looks like it was made by small people in this place because it looks like it's not supposed to be here. I don't like that.
Okay,
Yeah. That's kind of
so
a thought.
we are going to focus on the group going into the tunnel for a bit then. Okay,
That is fine.
you all start making your way through the tunnel. After walking a few hundred feet down this super long and winding corridor, Anuk, you start to notice what looks to be spider webs lining the tunnel.
Oh, you guys see the spider webs like I do?
I think
Where
we
we
should
at?
leave.
Hey, you want to see something cool? Yeah?
For those of you at home, Tapartos's mini on our dungeon map that we're using to explore with just suddenly became part of team outside of the cave.
I think as soon as Anuk says that, I'm gonna turn around and start walking back the way.
Okay, you have a couple hundred feet to walk.
Wait. Before he gets to, I'll back up a little bit. And, I see the spider webs. And before he gets to where I am, I'll wild shape into the giant spider.
Oh no!
Oh, no.
Harlan, you round to the first corner going back, and there's a giant spider sitting and staring at you.
Yeah, I summon the glaive and I shoot an Eldritch Blast at it.
Perfect.
I run up the wall.
Roll to hit with an Eldritch Blast.
It waves one of his 8 arms at you.
Exactly.
Half of it is covered in
Oh, no.
tattoo-like markings.
It's
if
2
that helps.
bolts, so it's a nat 1 and then a 26.
I mean, the 26 will hit, even without looking at the giant spider stats.
I see a fucking spider and I shoot. Yeah, it's a 7 for damage.
I take the
I
7
mean-
damage.
It's what your character would do.
I told him out and scream, wait, what's going on?
Funny you
Although-
mentioned that, Ileana. You are currently a giant glowing beacon of light.
Yes.
I need you to make 4 dexterity saving throws.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Told you this was a bad idea. There's a fucking spider. Just like you hear like 2 poof poof like from back in the tunnel.
Honestly, if I just heard echoing down the tunnel, it's a giant fucking spider, I'd be like, oh, cool, enough.
Those are some good saving throws you got there. Luckily, only one strand of webs grabs you from somewhere off inside of the ice in the walls.
We should leave.
So team outside the tunnel's looking super great.
Ileana, you are currently grappled and restrained.
So when Ileana, do you want to say anything to the rest of the group?
Yeah, so I'll say, hey, I'm stuck. Help, I'm stuck.
Dimension
And-
door.
I will run up.
On the ceiling, I will bolt past everybody and try to get to Ileana.
It's fucking
Yeah.
moving. And I'll like
Yeah,
fall over the
also, like-
spider. I don't know. It's you.
Yep.
You.
Oh yeah, it's that spider's me because we connected by the brain ting that Ileana
yeah.
did. Yeah,
Spider can just be like, hey, yo, the spider's
Oh.
me. It's fine.
Shit.
yeah, that
Oh.
kind of stung a bit when you hit me. I mean, it's not too bad, but
Since when
perhaps you
can
don't
you
do that again.
Since when can you talk in my head?
Since Ileana cast that spell, yeah.
Holy shit. Are you all right? Just
I said it stung a bit, but you know.
So you, Anuk, you rush over to where Ileana is, and being a spider, you start to notice something.
Okay.
This entire temple has been covered in this thick sheet of ice.
Mm-hmm.
It's not ice. It is, but it isn't. As you move forward, you realize these spider webs are made of ice. All at once, you get the realization that everything you've been experiencing in here, all of the thick layers of ice covering everything, is the webs of these spiders that have had hundreds upon hundreds of years
Nope.
Oh dang.
building up.
So
These webs.
I mean, would I know about ice
Would like to
spiders?
leave the temple.
You would probably not. Ice spiders are definitely not anything that you would know on the islands, which is why it took you so long to realize. This is not something that you could have known. That being said, you run
I'll reach.
over Garagak.
Yep.
I need you to make 3 dexterity saving throws. You do not get advantage because you don't see it coming.
I have dark vision though. I still wouldn't see it.
No, because it is literally these strands of webs coming out of the walls
Gotcha.
at you. There's no source that you know where they're coming from.
First roll, 2 sets in a row. Got a crit.
Okay, roll the other 2 because it all happens simultaneously.
Yo, can I do it again? No.
Damn it.
Damn.
So Garagak, you are grappled and restrained, and then you are pulled into the wall and stuck to it.
But Dandy
Uh,
Dasher.
I'm aware. This all happens all at once.
Yeah.
Dandy Basher also crits on a dexterity saving throw. Give me a d6.
I
Got a
will.
5.
We're not going to do a big battle map for this. It's not going to take all of that long. It's not a huge thing. You are stuck in webs, pulled into this wall. Dandy Basher glows. And you start to think and focus really hard, harder than you've focused in your entire life. And all of a sudden, you get the most big brain idea. Why don't I just be a spider? And so you think on that. And the glow of Dandy Basher, Anuk watching and Harlan watching, Ileana also standing there, just the grappled and restrained right now. Dandy Basher on Garagak's back, the petals of this flower bloom at the top of the mace start to grow. They reach out and expand across Garagak, forming these 8 almost like Doc Ock legs that split out from him, that immediately cut through the webs holding him in place, push him forwards. Garagak,
Yeah.
I need you to get your character sheet ready to edit for me.
Oh, let's go. Okay.
It's nothing major, don't worry. Garagak, you no longer suffer any negative penalties or qualities given by spider webs or spider-like creatures' webs. Period, bar none. Never again.
Oh, so where would I put that in at?
Some like notes and
Got it in
features
your
and
notes.
traits or whatever.
Okay.
Somewhere you'll be able to think about it. Because Lord knows I won't remember.
So I'm no longer
That's all
affected
fine
by
and
anything
nothing.
from spiders.
Yeah, so you can still take damage from their bites or anything like that, but like spider webs can't grapple and restrain you. Spider webs are not difficult terrain for you. Additionally, you grab the webs that have you and that have Ileana, and you spin really fast in a circle. Like just so fast, spinning around and around and around. And you find yourself just pulling these webs. And you guys see as 4 frost spiders get pulled into this hallway with you. But before they have a chance to react, they are spun into a cocoon of their own webs, bound up, and these Doc Ock arms of Dandy Basher grab this cocoon and absorb it.
What?
Nice.
Nice.
Nope, spiders over here just playing cards.
Right.
Did you just eat them?
Did I see them?
What happened?
Very briefly, Anuk, yes, you saw them. They got pulled out of the walls, like through this wall of webbing they've made, and are in a split second cocooned and enveloped.
Oh, hey, can I have one of those?
I don't know how to give them back.
I just
You
want to study it, yeah?
you've seen spiders.
Yeah.
You caught enough of a glimpse to get the ice spider variant. Let me look at what the creatures are called exactly.
That's what I
Maybe
wanted.
we should ask the rest of our friends to join us before we continue down this tunnel. Maybe.
I don't know. I think we're doing all right.
Yeah, after Lysander was hearing some things, you guys just kind of get a like, do you need help? Are you okay? Are things
Oh.
fine?
Yeah, y'all good? Like,
Fuck, that's weird.
We found spiders. Gilgak did a thing. We're okay.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't feel up to spiders today. Just gonna throw that one out there. Just gonna
I
add that
mean,
little
spiders are
flavor.
kind of cool. I like the spiders.
Hero, for your information, there is no ice spider. It is a giant spider with modifications made. I will get a picture of those modifications to you
Okay.
so that you can have that adjusted stat block.
Thank you. I will add that to my notes, however.
Coda, you can also write down giant ice spider as well.
Nice.
I can't wait till I get back home.
You guys have a forked path in front of you. Which way would you like to go?
So again, my question still stands. As the spider and knowing the web sense, can I use their webs against them? Or
If
would
you,
I need to be an ice spider?
you would need to be an ice spider.
I will use my last wild shape. I will unwild shape and then rewild shape into
Okay.
an ice spider. Actually, before I do that, I will unwild shape. I will cast Speak with Animals, and then I will rewild shape.
Okay. You do that, and because this entire place is covered in webs, thick coatings of these ice strands of webs, you feel, if you zoom out on your map, like a solid chunk, like a solid chunk.
Like all of it.
Not quite all of it. There is a big one and another one about the same size as the one you just interacted with. And then over here, up north of that,
Mm-hmm.
there's a humanoid figure.
So I can kind of tell through the webs that so I logged in and I'm on the web now, being this kind of ice spider, and
There's a bunch
I
of
can
cat
tell
holes.
that there's a ping up north. This goes north and south. I can feel that there's another humanoid type person thing up above us, north of us. And there's maybe another, like what Garagak just ate. What I'm kind of like, I kind of like this form. Yeah, this is kind of cool. But down south below us, there's another one of those like me now, and something bigger. So do we want to check out what might be what might be that humanoid form and then go check out the big things that might try to eat us? Or maybe the humanoid thing tries to eat us too? I don't know.
I think we should go look at the humanoid thing.
I kind of think so too.
Maybe
Eric
this
will
way.
get excited
Can
hearing
you,
him
like-
talk about all that, and I will wild shape into the giant ice spider as well.
Nice.
Perhaps we should, I don't know, ask for more of our friends. to join us rather than just doing this all by ourselves?
I mean, they can hear us, right?
Yeah.
It just seems dangerous. We don't know what these things can do, and it just
I mean, having reinforcements is a good thing, but
I'll take everybody.
Maybe it
Hey,
take
who wants to come fight Spideys? We got big old spiders. Who's
Who wants to come fight big old spiders? And Partos and Tempard are like, I'm good, thanks.
I mean, with the Garagak looking like me and me looking like the Garagak and us both looking like the guys that kind of came out of the walls, maybe we can spec what's going on and figure out that nobody else get attacked like that, right?
I will reiterate. Do you want help?
I just don't really trust myself to handle all of this, as two of our friends fuck around like spiders, and me and the other squishy one are here. with
I'll just do
minimal-
laps around the tunnel, up and down with spider climb.
Yeah, actually, thank you, Partos. That is an excellent question. Do you want to tag out then, Kimber?
From the ceiling, I'll reach down and grab a hold of Kimber with my spider arms and maybe massage his shoulders.
Who's Kimber? I'm in character. Who's
From
Kimber?
Harlan.
I don't mind. I really don't mind. I think this is a poor idea to do this on our own. I think we should be doing this together.
I think it was a poor idea to go down the tunnel in the first place, but it sounds like they got a new spider form, so even I was proven wrong.
Sure. Sure. We're just full of bad ideas. Can you pick a direction?
Yeah. I'm going down after the boulder
You
passes.
go north, south, west. Yes, okay, thank you, Partos.
I point
No, no,
all
Zach,
four
don't leave,
directions
don't
at the
leave,
same time.
Yeah.
yeah, all the spiders just sort of spread out 4 limbs in different directions.
So Ileana starts to lead the pack yet again, going
Yeah,
north.
I follow Ileana like a fucking puppy dog. I'm done with this shit.
I'm all like on the ceiling following along.
Yeah. Garagak, I'm assuming you're doing some weird spider shit too?
Yep.
Perfect.
Yeah, I'm just
Hey,
following behind
Garagak,
Nook.
this is pretty cool, yeah?
Thank you, Partos,
Yeah.
for joining
We
us.
get to walk on the ceiling and we can walk on the walls.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
just like
hey.
scurrying.
Wait. I turn around, shoot a spider web at him from my butt. Check that out. We can do that too.
I like grab it with my little spider paws and like put it in a ball and throw it back at him.
Ileana, as Harlan pushes past you in the tunnel, you hear him say, "Can't fucking believe Moog is paying me for this goddamn bullshit." As he pushes past
We can
you.
hear you, right? Like your thoughts.
Oh yeah.
The group of you, for the sake of moving things forward at any sort of a decent pace, make your way into this northernmost chamber, where wrapped up lightly in a cocoon of these webs, you see what looks to be one of the barbarians.
Can I approach
Oh,
it?
no.
Is he still alive?
Now I have a hard problem. Do I let him go because he's trapped by the spiders, or do I eat him?
Is he alive?
Roll a medicine check.
I'm actually pretty good at that, I think.
Nice.
Okay, I guess I'm not very good at it. I'm very, very bad at it.
Oh, I'm not good at it.
It works.
Oh well.
I'm
Yep,
the one
nice.
that's trying to figure out if I'm going to eat him or not.
So Garagak in your spider form, this is new for you. You haven't experienced this. Ileana, you're having a hard time because they're in a spider web. You can't really check vitals, like can't check for a pulse or anything like that. Anuk, you're used to this kind of shit. You hop over, start feeling around in the webs, taking a sense. They are alive.
It's one of the barbarians, though, right?
It is one of the barbarians. Anuk, your past perception's a 19.
Passive, yes.
Not only is it one of these barbarians, this face looks familiar.
Oh, no.
If you recall, thinking backwards, there were 2 barbarians on horseback riding away from you and Ivan.
It's one that got away.
It is one of the 2 barbarians that got away from the 2 of you originally.
What would I do this with?
Is Anouk relaying any of this to us?
Nope.
Okay.
For context for people at home, because this happened before we started recording, there are 2 NPCs that the group has come to know and love. They've asked about them in the recording for sure. They've asked about them in the show so far. They're named Phil and Soup. A while back in their journey, a group of these Uthgard barbarians the same ones they have just fought over the last episode into this one, killed these 2 NPCs along with several of their mounts and some of these things outside of a forest. And in a very simultaneously out of character but in character moment for Anuk, and a very much so in character moment for Ivan, Anuk and Ivan chased these barbarians down and killed all but 2 of them in a rage-filled vengeance play for their friends. That is, I'm assuming that is why Rob is taking some time and considering actions here.
5 or less, and he's saved. I eat his face.
The 2 of you watch Anuk eat this man's face.
Whoa! What?
I'll start munching on him too, because I'm also a spider.
The 2 spiders devour this man.
Are they still alive at all? Even like a small pulse?
There is no sign that you would have that would give you any indication that they were still alive.
There.
I was trying to get that soul.
So just so you guys know what's going on, I gave it a 25% chance. So on a D20 roll, 5 or less, and he would be saved. And Anuk would take mercy on the person that killed George and what he perceived as was George and Phil and Soup and Princess Pony. And I rolled a 15. So I just eat him, kill him. Dead, right there.
So, but why?
Oh,
Who
he
was
didn't
that?
need to be alive anymore.
I was hungry.
He got
Why-
away
what?
from me and he did bad things and I don't want him to do bad things no more. So I ate him.
I'm still unclear on how you knew those tribals out there. All of you knew them.
So a while ago, before we went to the other place that we called Dandyland, some of these guys did some bad things to our friends Phil and Soup, who you know, and George, he drew on you a little bit. He okay. But they do some bad things to them and they hurt them and we brought them back and made them okay. This guy not okay, so we don't bring him back and I just, make him not do that again.
All of you are hearing this conversation because it has to be done through the telepathic bond. So let's just take a moment here to appreciate that Anuk just flat out admitted not that this person was dead, but that he killed him in this instance.
He needed to not be alive. He did bad things to our friend George and Phil and Soup. And they was innocent and he not so innocent. So I take care of that.
After casually stuffing this body into the bag, Iliano come over and hug Spider Anuk.
Well, revenge is something I can get behind.
Oh, this wasn't revenge. This was justice.
Sure.
He got away, so we make it so he didn't get away again.
One and the same, friend. Are you all right? Can't imagine eating a human, a real person would sit well with the stomach afterwards.
Right now I feel fine. Maybe later I don't feel so good when I not be a spider, but that's something that comes when we get there.
Hero, you do hear pinged to you, Anuk, but they're still alive.
No, they're not still. Well, Phil and Soup and George are alive, and Princess Pony, they alive because we fixed that. But this guy not hurt nobody never again.
I can't argue with your logic.
I mean, Phil and Soup and George and Princess Pony and Awesome, they just sitting on the side of the road waiting for us, and then they got attacked and bushwhacked, and that's not right, So, we don't want that to happen again.
I don't. Everyone deserves a proper way to die.
Well, he was already trapped. He would have died by the spiders anyway. I'm a spider, so I just take care of it, yeah?
Sure, but
Partos, all the points you are making about attempting to bring justice to people, we literally just slaughtered 8 of these people mere hours ago.
I mean, they attacked us when we was in the tunnel, so I just keep him from attacking us again.
it's fair.
I just removed the threat, right?
You did.
Look, this may be something we need to discuss more later.
Tumult, You feel a faint vibration in your pocket.
I'm gonna pull it out or see what it is.
It's one of the sending stones.
I will activate it.
You hear a voice echoing to you. So, you saved me.
Yes.
Good. Good. Where do you need me, boss?
I need you to get to Groundhog as soon as possible. Actually, where are you?
Me? Neverwinter. It's weird though, because it's snowing like it's winter.
I do also appreciate that this is Gum Gum and Tumult having a conversation. Two people who have never met.
I know you're probably upset with everyone else,
Hmm?
rightfully so, but
I'm not upset with anybody.
oh, thank God. I don't know how
You're-
we do that.
Wait, who is this?
I am Tumult.
You sound a lot like my buddy Morzier.
I've heard of him, and I heard he was a good friend.
Yeah. Is everybody else okay?
Yes, Morzier is dead though.
Huh.
As far as we know, Ivan is okay. He was teleported, but your other main group, as far as I know, is all still intact.
Good.
But we are preparing for a siege on the giants at Groundhog, and from the sounds of the battle that took place in the Chaos Realm, you are one very powerful friend.
You're fucking right I am.
If you could get your exact coordinates, I might be able to get in touch with someone that could help you get to Groundhog very quickly.
Bar. Neverwinter.
Do you know the name of the bar?
Can't read.
You are not.
Not surprised.
Honestly, Sam.
Just ask a random person.
Just go to the bartender and ask them what the name of the bar is.
There's a gap. So I'm not in the bar anymore.
Did you get kicked out?
Sure did.
What was the name of the bar?
I'll meet you tell them I'll be at the southern gate of Neverwinter.
Okay. When he shows up, it will be kind of weird. He's definitely not used to seeing it the first time. He uses a weird kind of teleportation magic.
This is the guy with the circles.
Yes.
Yeah, he brought me this. The thing I'm talking to you on.
Oh, so he did contact you. Sweet. Yes, he's the one that's going to take you to Groundhog to meet with us later. We are currently looking for something that should also help.
You got it.
I
That's it. There's no more response.
That's fine.
The group of you that are in the tunnels, are you going to go down to the south to check out that other room where the spiders were, or are you?
Oh, all right.
I mean, I'm all about it.
Yeah, we do.
I know you
Do we want to
are.
bring the other guys? Because there's something big down there.
I
True.
think we should. I've been saying it since we entered the tunnel that all of us should be doing it or none of us should be doing it.
But we've been safe up
that's
to
all right.
this point, you know? I mean,
Yeah, are those the ones I'm stuck? Are those the humanoids or the big things? Yep,
At
I'm
this
good.
point, I realize it was unfair of me to ask you that question.
Oh,
oh,
Oh no. Fuck. No. No.
A massive ice spider you realize now has crept into this room while you were all yelling at each other and has worked its way down and looks at Anuk and Garagak, who are both look like a smaller version of this creature. And to Eliana and to Harlan, you hear
oh, hi, how you doing?
Garagak and Anuk.
I
You
mean, I have
guys,
speak with animals up, so
you do. You also would not need it in this
Okay.
capacity. It was a good call, but Garagak and Anuk, you hear, what happened to my children?
oh, they attacked us, and we didn't like that so much, so we took care of that. But you know, you make more.
I'm gonna move to a point of dim light or darkness in this room, if there is one.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna use one with shadows to go
I'll move
invisible.
closer.
Okay. Yeah. You go off and hide. Ileana, are you hiding, or are you just kind of staring this thing down?
Can I kind of follow Holland a little bit? And instead of hiding, I would like to take my bag of holding and the one with the bodies in it and turn it inside out.
Okay. A bunch of dead bodies just fall on the ground.
You're about to like bones.
You guys, this spider continues to speak to you, Anuk and Garagak, and goes, 4 of mine slain. Not slain. No bodies.
They get eaten. That's what we do as animals. We eat things, right?
To an extent. Please leave our tunnels.
I mean, we just checking things out. We were over there, the big stuff, where all the statues and the big squared off areas are. This is much different. We just checking to see if there was anything here that we needed to investigate. Yeah.
A tunnel that collapsed recently that led to the surface.
Do we have a minute while we're talking? I'm gonna cast Animate Dead as I do.
Okay, you cast Animate Dead while this conversation's happening. The skeletons
Okay.
all
2.
arise. The spider looks at you and goes, these people broke through here with their tools
Mm-hmm.
and invaded our home.
Oh, that's not okay.
I agree. It's never good for someone to go into someone's home uninvited, and then especially not good for someone to needlessly slaughter the inhabitants.
We wouldn't have if they hadn't attacked us first.
Unless they were disobeying me, they simply were constraining you so that I could come and speak to you.
Is that what they was doing? This is kind of new to me. I'm usually not like this. Sorry. So,
Did any of you take harm?
I turned to Garagak.
I
You
just
didn't
throw
get
like
hurt,
4
did ya?
legs. just 4 legs out.
Oh, it was. Like 2 of my legs come up to my forehead. There's some deep things going on here, and sometimes it's not that we mean to do harm, but sometimes things just happen around us, especially. Well, do you know what magic is?
I am aware, yes.
Well, sometimes magic is kind of crazy around us, and things just happen. And sometimes my friend, he makes things happen without even knowing that they happen. And that's why when they tried to stop us and restrain us, they disappeared. They kind of got eaten.
If you truly mean us no harm,
Which we don't.
then please politely exit our tunnels. You may return to the temple, but leave our home alone.
I'm cool with that. And I relay that to him, relay that information to the rest of the party. So the big guy here, they, whatever they are, they don't want us to be here, and we did not get consent to be here. We did not ask to be here. We just kind of, we need to explore the place, but maybe we should go.
Okay.
Ask him what's in the other room first, and then we'll go.
One of the voices in my head, and I'm talking to the big spider again. One of the voices in my head, they ask if there's anything else that, the humans might have brought in and might be useful to us.
You see the spider beckons, and a smaller spider. You gathered the same one about your size that you felt earlier.
Mhm.
Comes in carrying on one of its legs a small warhammer.
When I see it, I wave at it. Hi, how you doing?
Kind of looks at me and goes, "Hey." Sets the warhammer down in front of you. It looks very simple, but it does have a sapphire embedded in the hilt.
Oh, if you're not gonna use that, we could take that off your hands, and then it wouldn't clutter up your layer or nothing.
Meanwhile, Harlan's like invisible, like standing against like a wall, going.
So Harlan, to clarify, behind you is a giant spider, and in front of you in your line of sight, two skeletons have just pulled themselves out of their bodies and have risen, standing up next to Ileana.
Oh shit! I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die.
The small spider that puts the warhammer in front of you looks up at you, and you're like, "If you're not going to use that," he kind of goes, "How am I going to use that? I don't have thumbs."
You don't need thumbs to use it, but since you're not going to use it, we'll take it up your claws, and we put it to good use, and maybe protect your lair or something. Maybe we block up that end of the tunnel so that nothing comes down from it. Yeah.
Please don't.
Oh, you want into the temple?
Well, yeah, it's big and roomy. It's pretty.
Oh,
pretty
that's
nice.
fine. We leave that open. Is there anything else you needed opened up? I do a special bit of magic. I can maybe open up a tunnel for you or something.
No, we're good, man. We got this. It's all good. Good in the hood, like the kids say, I guess.
Look at the big one.
When the last time you saw kids outside of
I'll
your
look at the
family?
mother. Like, you good with that? I offer my services to you since we walked into your house. I mean, that was not okay.
That seems agreeable. Should you happen to kill any of my other children, kind
I'll
of
try not to.
glances down at this other spider. Make it that one, and then turns.
You just hear more quiet hyperventilation in the background.
So I look at the little one as the big one turns and leaves. I look at the little one. I'm like, I don't know what you did, but I expect that you maybe make your mama mad.
Yeah, that happens.
Perhaps you should strike out on your own. Maybe it's time to leave the nest and maybe start your own colony.
Yeah, I could come with you.
Yeah, you could.
I
join us.
should come join us. Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay, yeah, sure.
That'd be fine. We cool. We'll do all right.
All right, yeah.
To Partos' typing.
Are you surprised?
Spiders recruiting spiders.
It's
Me and
been a
Nick are
while
starting
since
our own
we haven't,
colony.
just walked into somewhere and just said, "Hey, you're with us now."
Yeah, and from Tapartus, and I quote, "What the actual fuck, guys?"
At least I don't have to make a character sheet for this one.
I'm great. Do you have a name? What should we call you?
Reginald.
Reginald. And you,
Reginald it is.
that's a good name. I like that name.
Very
But
good name. I like Reginald.
do you like to be he, him, or do you like to be she, her, or do you like to go they, them?
That's a very good question, and not one that enough people ask in society nowadays.
Oh, I
It's
agree.
really,
Yeah.
it's really good to respect people's pronouns and use the ones they prefer.
Oh, I'm
I would
all
like-
about normalizing that and make sure that everybody do it.
I would like a button that says Reginald the pronoun spider.
Our first merch.
There you go. Somebody designed that. That's not Krista. They have too much on their plate already.
Harlan
On
starts
it.
crying at this point.
Hey, your friend's not okay. I'm gonna go give him a hug or something. Make sure he feels better.
Oh, let's both go do it. Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Harlan, we're gonna come give you a hug. We love you, man.
Harlan, Karagak also going over.
Oh, yeah.
Harlan, 3 of these spiders just come around and they all start wrapping their arms around you just in a light embrace.
Anybody in Team Cell Block over here? Was he be rolling on the floor laughing right now, just imagining the look on Harlan's face as 3 spiders came up to give him a hug?
I'm terrified of spiders. Get off of me. Get
As
off
I'm
of
hugging
me,
him,
or
and
I
like,
swear.
it's okay. We make this better. Yeah.
If you don't stop touching me with your way too hairy legs, I will cast Thunderstep. I do not care.
Hey, just because I don't shave my legs don't mean nothing. Yeah. There are lots of
It's
people that
Harlan.
don't shave their legs.
Harlan, was that out loud or was it in your head?
Can it be both?
Yeah, that's fine. Harlan, as you say that, Reginald kind of pulls back from you and goes, "Hey, buddy, I was just trying to help. You don't got to be all sniffy about it."
Can Harlan
Sorry.
hear Reginald?
No, Harlan cannot hear Reginald. It's
Common.
Harlan, you see the spider backing up, just like.
I'm gonna start. Fuck it. I'm out of here. I'm running back up the tunnel. I'm all the way out.
I'll let him go.
I'm fucking done. Kimber and Harlan hate spiders, so this is not good.
Harlan, a few, like 30 seconds pass, and all of you standing outside of this tunnel see Harlan just sprint out.
So,
You good?
Reginald, I appreciate that you decide to come join us, and there are more of us. I just want you to know that there's more of us out there. in
Oh
the
yeah,
company.
I know.
Yeah, okay.
They're on
so
the webs.
Yeah, you know, you can search the web and find almost anything these days, right?
It's really true.
Oh yeah. So the other thing
We'll
is
also
that
clarify we never got Reginald's pronouns.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's good. He, him's fine. It's good.
thanks for telling me that, because you know I appreciate that as much as I try to respect your pronouns, you know.
And spiders, it's hard to tell.
It is sometimes. Hey, I tell you what, this spider thing with the ice is really new to me. And my friend Garagak, he'd do that too. But we normally not like spiders. Normally we two-legged like those guys, yeah?
Well, there's one thing I can do.
Oh yeah, what's that?
Oh, I've been practicing this. See, I wanted to go be a performer. You know.
Oh, tell me about that. That's super
You
important.
see, he goes, I'll be right back, and he kind of dips off for a second and comes back, and he's walking. He has 2 of his legs or 4 of his legs downwards, and he's like balancing, like slowly walking forwards. And he has like a 3-piece suit made out of the webs. And he has 2 of his legs out of either side, and it's just this head poking up, so he's walking at a hunch so he can see where he's going. He sort of like walks out.
Oh, that's super good. You do a good job with that. I think you blend in just fine with the rest of us, yeah?
Thanks.
Now, I don't know about my buddy Garagak, but I have to do some magic when I want to speak with you that I'm not a spider. So if you want to get my attention, maybe you just tap me like 3 times on the shoulder. If I can't talk to you and you don't understand me, or if you talk to me and I don't understand you, you just tap me on the shoulder 3 times, and then I do the magic, and we be able to talk. Yeah,
I can just talk to you.
you speak the normal human stuff.
I've lived in a magic temple for like 200 years. I could do all sorts of cool stuff.
Oh, that's fantastic. I did not know that. That's, you know what? You a special spider. You're pretty special. I like that.
Thanks.
Thanks for joining us. I appreciate you.
Yeah, we should go.
Yeah, I think your mom might get mad if we don't. So maybe
Yeah,
we should leave. Now.
Yeah, she kind of threatened to kill y'all if I leave the temple with you, so we should go. Starts walking.
If you leave the temple with us, or if you don't leave the temple with us?
If I do.
If you leave the temple with us, Mama's gonna be mad.
Yeah.
I'm not okay with that. I thought you made Mama mad. I thought Mama said
I mean, I did. So she's kind of like the parent that like is mad at me, but also doesn't want me like to leave the nest. You know, like she wants to like dictate my whole life and all that. But I just want to go, man. You know, I just want to go out.
I think what we got to do is we got to respect the mom. You hang out with us, and you see if you chill with us and dig with us, you know, while we go through the temple. Maybe help us, we help you, whatever.
Anuk, you hear kind of just echoing down the tunnel. I never said that. Please get him out of here.
Oh, never mind. We go. And I'll start going out the temple. I'll pick up the hammer as we go.
Okay, yeah, you guys head back out of the tunnel into the temple. For those of you waiting, you see this spider walking like a human, kind of just slowly like walks out of this tunnel next to 2 other spiders in a 3-piece suit with Ileana and 2 skeletons in tow.
Great.
I was
As
trying to
soon as
look
we
at
get
it.
to the end of the tunnel, I'll turn to Reginald. I'm like, you know how I say we like the other guys?
Yeah, give me 1 second though. Ileana, what was that?
So knowing that we're not gonna fight, as everything is still happening, can I put the bag back in the stable position, command skeletons to put other bodies unused in the bag, and then climb into said bag?
Yes,
So,
Devin.
into the bag.
Yes, you can.
Because they don't need to breathe, right? Like,
Correct.
It's terrifying.
Can I just say how smart it is
It's
to play a
brilliant.
necromancer who wants to put skeletons in a bag?
It's brilliant.
This is Ian. This is Alex being passive aggressive towards me because I told
No, honest to goodness, Devin and I have never had a conversation about this that I can remember in my head. But
so.
yeah, so I wrote this character that you're playing. I did that. Not like for you, obviously, but like I did that as a character concept. It's just a necromancer who had bags upon bags full of skeletons. So, like, the fact that you're doing this with no collaboration or like correlation whatsoever is amazing. But yeah, so you put the skeletons back in the bag. You all regroup. As you all get back together in your group, the spider looks at all of you and bows very formally. And there she goes, "Hello!" Just like out loud in common.
I hate it, thanks.
Just wave at it.
Oh,
What?
that's pretty awesome. I think that's pretty special. I like that. And as I come out the
Alright.
tunnel, I'll go back into my normal Anook shape.
Okay.
What the fuck happened in the tunnel? What
We
the-
made a new
we have-
friend. This is Reginald.
Pleasure to
Hi,
meet you,
Reginald.
Reginald. You're a very big spider in a websuit. Harlan, are you okay?
I'm good. I didn't do anything. I'm okay.
You just came out running first. I wanted to make
Now
sure
that
you
I'm
were okay.
human size or shape, I'll go back and give Harlan another hug. Only if you say it's okay, I give you a hug.
Sure.
And Goliath hug.
Lysander, do you want to finish your point?
The point was mostly what happened. Hello, pleasure to meet you, Reginald. Why do we have an ice spider wearing an ice web suit? Why is Gergak a spider? What is in the tunnel?
Oh, we made
What's
friends.
going on?
There are
I-
spiders in there, and they hugged me. And I'm
Yeah, we
fine.
made
no.
friends.
I'm sorry.
We
Harlan.
don't need to go back down there. Oh, hey, they gave us this really cool mace or hammer thing. I think you might be in. Somebody might be interested in it.
Garagak, are you still a spider?
Mhm.
Okay.
I would
Got
like to look,
nothing
to look
else
over
down
the
there for
hammer
us to
for
look
any
at.
inscriptions or anything on it.
It looks like a normal ass hammer. It just has the sapphire in the bottom. Makes it probably sell it for a solid chunk of change.
That's what we need, more money.
We do
I mean,
actually.
we gave away most of our money.
We bought something really big. We bought the number one company
Yeah.
for one
and we
battle.
still have
The
like, what?
number one mercenary company. The best. You have a goat now?
I was trying to pull out an animal to give Harlan a hug. Like a stuffed animal that you could just like hug. I was like,
good.
cool, bag of tricks, and it was like, guess what came out?
I'm all right with animals in general. I don't need any more. I think I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna go back out and start checking out those stairs, maybe.
Yeah, so the rest of this temple, I'm glad we have this friend. I'm glad we have Can we find the Eye of the All Father, please?
So, for sake of brevity, and so we can hit episode break for recording stuff.
Yeah.
You guys search upstairs. It is more of the same.
Okay.
It is more of these cell-like doors leading into more of these cubbies. But the end of this hallway seems to have like collapsed at some point. So there's lots of rubble and debris and stuff. And up here you can see more clearly the ice turning into the web-like figures as it stretches across the gaps.
Especially now that I know what to look for.
Yeah. But yeah, you guys go back. The only place you haven't really gone is figuring out what to do with the runes. So we will pick back up in essentially the same exact place as we started today, next week on The Dice That Bind Us. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here. This is chaotic. It's been a rough one so far. But we're we'll be back next week. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to get through the Eye of the Allfather dungeon, I hope, unless my players take a full episode's worth of time to figure out how this works. Which, I thought Dandyland was going to be like 6 episodes max. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah, guys, do all the usual YouTube shit. Share the like button, bell the subscriptions, all that
Also,
stuff.
go check out Kimber at twitch.tv/Kimber is gonna stream.
Yeah.
It's great. I'm a variety streamer and I suck. I love you.
No.
Kimber is entertaining, and also some of the time you also get guest appearances from some of us. So
Yes.
keep an eye out for that. For sure. Kimber is hilarious. He's very entertaining to watch. I try to
He
catch
is.
every one of his streams that I can.
Awesome.
It's all good. Hero, do you want to plug
Awesome.
yourself?
Nah, I don't need to. It's all good.
It's
I
part
plug
of
myself with the dice that bind us. That's where I am.
Also, check out Hero on Twitch at twitch.tv/MacGmania. Does a lot of Minecraft stuff. It's a lot of fun to watch as well.
and Tabletop RPG crafting stuff, tabletop terrain stuff.
There you go, guys. Check out our friends. They make good content. It's a lot of fun. And we will see you next week, guys, on the Dice That Bind Us. Thank you so much for watching.
Bye.